All right, Crossroads Sports, welcome. We're live from the Horizon League, Brandon Reef, Jonathan Birdsong. Welcome to the conference tournament season. JB, how are you?
Doing just fine, man. You know, it wasn't an issue getting in here at all. You know what I'm saying? You know, they take care of the media. You know what I'm saying? As everybody kind of so wasn't an issue getting here at all. But kind of got boots on the ground here. Now we kind of watched Fort Wayne IU Indy to play. Great competition. If you Fort Wayne, because Fort Wayne
Mastodons.
Mastodons really won about 40, 30. 38.
Yeah, about by 40. Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Tough times for the ladies at IU Indy, but, you know, still competitive basketball, and, you know what I'm saying, we waiting for the second game.
Yeah, absolutely, John. IU Indy had a great first quarter, I'd say, with IU Fort Wayne. Now, they got blown out up there once, and then earlier in the season was a little bit better, the game. So, but just quickness, pace, missed shots. IU Indy didn't hit a single three there in that ball game. I think until late in the game, so that was a struggle for IU Indy as well. But so they go into the offseason. John, head coach, 4th year. We'll see what happens with her for a possible 5th year and further, and kind of what recruits and NIL they're going to have to be able to use to get more talent. We'll see what Luke Bosso and IU Indy athletic department kind of does there with the program as I just saw Luke walk by here a second ago. So. But,
sure.
John, and here's the thing. Horizon League, and John calls me the czar of the Horizon League. I'll take that moniker. But they continue to grow so much that now the Horizon League has added this extra day on Sunday to get games. There's a men's game and a women's game, which is that pregame game that they're going to have. So having that is huge for them. We got one women's game, one men's game. The men's game we have next. Wisconsin Green Bay, I guess the Phoenix, Doug Gottlieb's team.
The homie.
Going to be taking on Northern Kentucky and the Norse. What do you kind of expect for that game? Because Gottlieb's team went from 4 wins last year. They've got 19 wins now.
Yeah, if you remember, our first year here at this tournament, the Northern Kentucky basketball team won this tournament. That was, maybe 3 years ago, I do believe. So, that, you know what I'm saying, they still, you know, top 4 team here in the Horizon League. Gottlieb has turned his team around, you know what I'm saying, with some teams, with some of the players that he had last year, which is kind of amazing because, again, like I said, they were kind of the shit start last year. So, like, no, I expect a real competitive game, you know, so between these two teams. Some of the other notables are already out. I was kind of surprised who wasn't here when, you know what I'm saying, we kind of went down as they kind of, you know what I'm saying, kind of played through some of the other games that they had. But, like, no, man, here we are. And, you know, happy to be here on a happy Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to the game we have tonight. And then we'll be back tomorrow night. We've got 2 games tomorrow night, 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock. And then we've got a championship game, late championship game, I think, on Tuesday night. Probably. So we'll make sure we get the coffee ready for that. News from the weekend, John, really, we'll start locally. IU and Purdue both lose. IU, I'm going to say their bubble has bursted. That pretty much did it for them, losing to Ohio State, who was already on the bubble.
Right.
And then the Boilermakers lose to Wisconsin at home. Purdue started out 15-1 or so, and then they've finished 6 and 7 their final 13 games, sliding as you get towards March, which is not ideal for this team. I called it out, man. Unfortunately, this Purdue team looks like it could be a round of 32 and an exit. I hope not, but that's kind of what it's looking like and playing right now.
I hope not either. I think there's some things they can still kind of figure out going into the Big Ten tournament. They technically get a bye. Purdue does. So, and then they kind of wait the winner of, I do believe, Penn State and Northwestern. I had to bracket it from me,
but they could play IU. So that'd be a huge one.
That'd be a huge one for either one of those programs. So, IU has to win the Big Ten tournament in order to keep their season kind of going, man.
Justin Powell. He asked, how's Berg going to do a 9 p.m. game? I agree. We're going to have coffee.
We're going to have to take a nap after school. So, man, we will figure it out. We will be there.
Justin Powell, one of the top guys. Hope you're feeling better, my man. I would love to see a Purdue-Indiana Big Ten tournament game.
Another one.
It'd be the 7 seed versus the 10 seed at that point. And that'd be on Thursday, I believe. The way the brackets are now, it's a little weird that they've invited everybody now, and it starts way earlier. So, also, I think big news we talked about John Saturday. Mike Lewis out at Ball State after 4 seasons. A parting of ways was the phrase used.
Yeah,
I think Mike did a little bit himself as well. I would think. Listen, Ball State's NIL is so low. Whether that's the fault of the alumni, the donors, he can coach. Mike Lewis can coach. 4 years, they had a 20-win season this first year there. It just didn't work. The basketball program needs funds.
Yep.
And they need the money to get where they need to. They're on the bottom half of the MAC, so they're not getting the money. And when you don't have it, you're not going to compete with the UMasses, who just got a $2 million NIL deal. Miami, Ohio, their new NIL funds. Some of these other teams here, Akron, you're not going to compete with those when you're on the bottom of the MAC in NIL.
Yep. Kudos to Mike Lewis, man. Finished the season strong, 4-game win streak.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the beating Central Michigans in the Northern Illinois of the world? But no, still finishing out strong. I didn't necessarily see it. I didn't necessarily see it coming like that. But you know, so here they are. So Ball State's kind of sort of in a spiral. They got to find a new coach, man. I've already kind of put together a list. There probably of candidates. Probably won't be nobody. Nobody on my list Ball State will hire. You know what I'm saying? But it would be the right thing. It would behoove them.
Coach Brantley.
He said, there you go. But like it would behoove them to kind of look at the list. Like, no, man, we'll kind of get into that a little later on in the week. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely Mike Lewis will be fine. He'll probably find his way to another program, you know what I'm saying, for sure. Or potentially, you know, it'd be a head coach for sure. So like
yeah.
It'll be fine.
AD Mitchell said that Jeff Mitchell, AD, said that the hiring process has started, and it's going to be a national search. We'll see what that national search does and who all it brings in.
Yeah.
But
my opinion, man, you know, I know nobody asked, but I'm going to give it to you, man. Ball State needs a Midwestern guy, whether that's an Indiana guy, or Ohio guy, or Michigan, somebody from somebody definitely knows the area. And definitely knows basketball, too, of course. But you're going to need one. So a national guy you're going to bring in from California, I don't necessarily think it's going to work for you here in the state of Indiana, in Ball State. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. I mean, you know, Crossroads Sports will be there to talk about it for sure.
Do you get the next latest and greatest Division II head coach commodity if it's national wide or no?
If that candidate shows that they could be, you know what I'm saying, a driver to winning, you know, winning culture, man, then for sure, yeah, they're definitely look into that.
Okay. I just, you know, and I got the fan base coming at me. Part of them, Ball State. I mean, we're loves. So
well, Brandon got the fan base of Ball State coming at him because he just hit him with the reality and the facts on Twitter. I got banned for Twitter. This is the truth.
This guy's banned. I'm shadow banned right now.
After all the doxing I got done up to me in years past, I got banned. I can't post. I mean, no big deal, you know what I mean? But I got banned for Twitter, man. We'll talk about
Deep
that later.
State came after him.
Yeah, I said something about, you know, the Greg Sankey, you know what I'm saying, and SEC and the Pope. And I got banned.
Hopefully it's just a 24-hour ban, but JB will be
back.
He'll be on Facebook still communicating.
Absolutely.
But Twitter, a little bit of a shadow ban. So we're gonna get him access for the Crossroads account and let him to kind of go into that.
I'm gonna go to Kevin Durant.
But so looking at this tournament, John, Wright State here at the Horizon is the number 1 seed. Robert Morris, the number 2 seed. I believe they split this year, if I remember looking. I said before tournament started, I liked Robert Morris to kind of pull that upset. They made the NCAA tournament last year. They won this last year. Thoughts on who you like, favorite-wise, to kind of pull down? Can Gottlieb's team get through?
If Gottlieb's team can get through, man, you know, our personal little fandom is going to be pulling for Gottlieb's team just because, again, he had such a good turnaround. If you're asking me, the lay of the land, Robert Morris and the homie Sargent's team up in Wright State, those are going to be the favorites to win this tournament. This is Sargent's moment, Coach Sargent's moment to kind of, you know, say get Wright State, and get his, you know, stamp on Wright State and get them to the tournament because, again, you know, so some of the other big names are out of the way. So if you twist my arm, I would say Wright State. So Brandon went with Robert Morris and won with Wright State.
Yep. We got a big one in the Big Ten today on the finale. Michigan State at Michigan. Spreads right now, Michigan minus 10.5. How far can Michigan go, even with their point guard losing that ACL, tearing that ACL and being out? I still think Duke is the better team. I think Michigan played better when they played each other a couple weeks ago. It just went Duke's way with the Hall of Calls.
Yeah.
But I wonder with that ACL tear just how big of a difference that makes.
The tournament's gonna always have surprises, man.
We didn't agree to match here, by the way, just so everybody knows.
It just happened.
Mine's more red, and it's showing up.
Yes, I'm for real looking like an Easter egg on Sunday morning, Easter morning.
Make great Midwest recruiting ties. Yeah, absolutely, Justin. Somebody from Andrean, maybe 6'8" or so, 6'6", 6'7", played at Purdue.
I think about the downfall of UConn. Sliding. They're going to slide to a 2 seed.
UConn did not deserve to be number 1 seed. I had a whole argument for our show of me having Florida as the number 1 seed, and the latest update today is Florida's number 1 over UConn.
It might sure be, man.
So, but it's interesting to see, obviously, Duke, Michigan, Arizona, and that 4th number 1 being Florida. If you look at the 2 seeds, you've got Michigan State in there. UConn obviously is a 2. I still think, John, there's only 6-7 teams that can win this. I really do. I think there's only that much still.
I just think no really big surprises.
What did you think of AJ Batance yesterday? Comes out after the game when they beat Texas Tech, and he says Batance already said. Darren Peterson said that he may stay now.
Nah, man, they just playing.
Would this not be the biggest Pacer thing ever? The most Pacers thing ever is if the top 2 guys decided to stay.
Screw the Pacers and the Utah Jazz.
Oh my God! Would that not be the worst thing to happen?
It's a deep draft, man. But then you're looking at a different level of players.
Yeah,
but like, nah, they're just talking. Man. The agents kind of told them that to, I don't know. I guess to up that price tag on who next on the next level. Right now, man, they're gonna be NBA players next year.
Yeah, I think the money's too rich for them to stay in the college game. How far can you trust Kansas in the NCAA tournament? Because a week from now, we're going to be 3 hours away from the bracket.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago when they wasn't having like the Darren Peters controversy, I would say Kansas is definitely in the Sweet 16. Now, depending on the bracket, you can't trust that. You can't trust that. You can't trust them to play a game, stay in the game. So I'm like, no, they look strong last night though.
Yeah, I agree.
If playing Kansas State, everybody's gonna look strong against Kansas State,
right? Sorry, I'm bringing up my phone.
It's all good. We gotta get back. Well, no, we still got time.
Yeah, we still got some time before that game starts. 91-78, Ohio State over Indiana. We kind of talked about. I talked about the bubble being burst. If you're Indiana, where do you go from here? As you got the Big Ten tournament, what's your psyche with the team? You have a lot of seniors you're getting ready to lose.
Yep, they better hope. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's Indiana All-Stars is ready to line up, or whoever All-Stars, whether it be from Indiana, Ohio, Illinois. That's what's kind of going to take. My personal opinion. That's what it's going to take. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take. Everybody thinks you need, one and done, so NBA guys. It's good if you can get those, but one, you got to have a great culture, and then you got to have the talent to go with the culture. Whether that's 2 NBA guys, 4 or 5 or whatever, man, you got to have great culture. I think what the Breeze at least brought here is great is culture. You kind of see what they want to do, and offensively kind of want to play. Was it always there for them defensively? Nope, because they didn't have the length. They don't have the height. They don't have the big bodies and shit. But it was all you can see. Like, man, what he likes. He wants to get them up and down, running up and down. Missing a point guard or 2 this year probably, but if he can kind of fill some of those boxes next year and even over the next year, this is a period of growth, man. Jonathan Birdsong was wrong, right?
That's a
when I said 9 games, man. So it's not like IU kind of patched their back on mediocrity. So they don't expect them to take no NIT bid, okay, y'all. If they don't necessarily win the Big Ten tournament, which I don't necessarily think they can do, but they don't take no NIT bid. But like then that'll give him a focus to kind of focus on what's going to make IU special.
Right. Okay. NFL news real quick. Zaire Franklin traded yesterday to the Packers.
Fandom not happy here.
Take the podcast get it out.
Yeah, fans are not happy here in the Circle City.
I've heard
man.
mixed. Some fans like it. Some fans are saying that's another Ballard failure.
Thought he would have just got younger. I mean, I'm not saying the dude, the guy, it's not that he's an old guy, but it's not. You just got younger. You know, what I'm saying even some of draft capital, man. Because that's kind of what people want. They want the draft names to kind of come back.
Right. Give me a second here.
You're getting digital.
Well, we're kind of cut off on the mobile version, but the other version we're good on. Okay. So it's what it is. I want to look real quick. Right now, we got IU Indy's coach up there talking kind of what the plans are for next year. So, me and John could have been up there. We could have asked all the questions, really. Shoot. Many people. Duke, 15-point win over North Carolina, who's missing Caleb Wilson. Obviously, he's out for the rest of the year.
Yep.
First thoughts, Duke took care of business.
Yep.
At home.
Yep.
Didn't have to be – the spread was 17.5. Not that I knew about it, but it was 17.5. They won by 15, didn't cover. But Carolina, where do you look? Is your star guys out for the year, going to go to the draft? Is it just kind of house money now for Carolina this year?
Probably just house money for Carolina. I know, those basketball folks ain't gonna want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But I still trust Carolina. I do. I trust Carolina to win a weekend. I still would trust Carolina to win a weekend without Caleb Wilson.
Louisville wins 92-89 over Miami, Florida. Good ranked team win there.
I don't even have Michael Brown's stat line, but that's the one guy that's gonna probably be a first round guy that nobody's kind of talking about down in Louisville. But so yeah, man, Cardinals is coming on a little late here. Should be concerning.
What's the odds that after Florida beats Kentucky 84-77, that after the SEC tournament when Kentucky gets beat, Mark Pope's let go? There was a report last night about it.
Was it already? Damn, man. I thought he was kind of safe, man. I thought as long as they win the tournament, as long as they got into the tournament, that he would be safe, man. So I don't know. Just to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going into.
What's up, D-Cot? Absolutely. Yeah. So Mark Pope, there was a report that he might be out if it doesn't work out for Big Blue.
Who else had a short term like this?
Gillespie, and he just got fired from a D2 team. I just saw.
It's a rap city for him. Don't come to Ball State.
He's out. Alabama wins 96-84. Don't look now. Alabama's a 4 seed. They're above Purdue.
I actually watched that game, man, from start to finish, man, because I was rooting for Auburn.
No.
I mean, rooting against Auburn.
Okay, I was going to say.
Rooting against Auburn, man. And Alabama, I mean, but like, I felt scummy, man, because of Alabama. And you know how I kind of feel about Nate Oates, man. But like, nah, man, Alabama's kind of coming on. They're definitely going to make the tournament probably be a 4 seed, potentially. That makes them dangerous, man.
Okay. Perfect. Let me check one last thing.
Dangerous.
It's hard to do it when my computer's right there with it. All right, so we got about 10 minutes left in this before the tip-off starts for the second round here at the Horizon League. Northern Kentucky, Green Bay, Doug Gottlieb squad. Northern Kentucky 3.5-point favorites in this game. Over/under is 146.5. Who's your pick for this game?
Sorry, man. I'm going with the homie. Going with Green Bay. Doug Gottlieb's team, man. They should get it done.
Yep.
They got the intensity.
Yep.
They're going to bring the intensity.
I feel they've turned it around. They've got their scores. They got a true guard. They also have a guy on their team from Fortville, Indiana. He actually played at Mount Vernon. So he's going to be in their lineup tonight.
The Czar giving it up for y'all, man.
So I'm really looking forward to this. The Norse, they got a lot of potential. They made the tournament. They're not a team to play with here. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm going to go with Northern Kentucky. I think they've got the experience with it. I think this is a good step up for Gottlieb. I think in Green Bay, I think they're playing with house money. So they're going to go out and just give it their all. But I think veteranism plays out here. I think you get the upset. I'm going to take Northern Kentucky over Green Bay. We'll be back at some point. If not tonight, we'll be back through these sidelines. Wait, we're going to be here Monday night for the 2 games. We're going to be here Tuesday night for the championship. So please tune in. Please like, subscribe, and share. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. He'll be out of the Twitter jail here soon. And I guess in the words of Jonathan Birdsong, we will see you on the sidelines.
Sure.
Thanks for listening to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show. You can find more episodes on iTunes and the Google Play Store. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Crossroads sports content.